This is the story of the brush that stayed out all night last night and is now the dirty little brush. Hi guys, Happy New Year. Brian Cooney, owner of Pretty Boy Paint Cleaner here in my apartment. Overpriced apartment in Manhattan. Happy to have it. Anyways, my cameraman was sick today and yesterday, so we're going to film it on our own little tripod, so I hope it comes out okay. Thank you for all that responded to my video about leaving your brush out all night. Actually, this is 2 days. I was supposed to do the video yesterday, so we've got a brush that is literally 2 days set. And can Pretty Boy bring it back? Now, look at this. Pretty Boy is, as you know, is a daily cleaner and conditioner for your paintbrushes, your rollers, and this is the way you want to keep them. Beautiful. This is the brother brush of this. This is 2-year-old brush I've been keeping with Pretty Boy. This is not the way you want to keep it. Anyway, everybody makes mistakes. Sometimes it's your employees or your friends or your parents. Somebody leaves the brush out or you did it, and all of a sudden you've got a $20 brush. Can you, Pretty Boy, bring it back? This is a question that I get awful lot of times. So let's work on what I would do. There's 2 options you can do with Pretty Boy. Now, if you normally you're just going to spray Pretty Boy onto the product or put it on, but you also can. You also want to let it, with this situation, you want to let it sit for a while, a couple hours, and then start working it. If you were to go right onto the hair and just start working it, you could do some bristle damage. So what we're going to do is a 2-part video on how you bring these brushes back, okay? So what I want to do is lather Pretty Boy onto this, and I'm going to stick it. You can do it a couple things. You can use Saran wrap, okay? Take it out, put the brush in there, get it real lathered with Pretty Boy, and then let it sit for a couple hours. If you have a brush baggie, wonderful product owned by Dustin Martin. He's a wonderful guy. He started this company, and you got one of these. You can put it in and let it sit. So the key is to keep the Pretty Boy, to keep it wet for a couple hours, so it'll break the paint down, and then we can let it loosen up and start washing it away. I also use the brush baggies for my oil paints when I do these oil primers. So I'm a professional painting contractor, full-time in Manhattan. So I'm always busy. And I love using the brush baggie for the oil primer. So this one's been on 2 jobs now. Look at that. It's flexible. It's good to go. And when I want to, I can clean it. But if not, it can go for months. And also, this is a new product called Hang Tight, by a guy named Shannon in Oklahoma. We just met online. He's a sweetheart. Anyways, they've got a new product called Hang Tight. And you can also take the Pretty Boy, squirt it into a can or a bucket, and then you can put take the brush, stick it onto this little flexible holder, stick it into the solution, let it sit for, you can let it sit for a day. You can let it sit for a couple hours. Pretty Boy is not toxic. It takes time to work. On regular paint that you've been using for a couple hours, like the normal situation, yeah, it's going to take it off right away. But a situation like this that's been sitting here for days, let's go ahead and do the right thing, which is put the product on there, either soak it in a bucket with Pretty Boy, or today we're going to do the brush baggie. I'll show you how to use it. All right, so basically you've got the spray bottles, tops, which I sell online, and then you have the regular ones that I sell in the stores, okay? You'll be seeing the displays like this. But today, since I have it real easy, we're going to take it, and we're just going to spray Pretty Boy all onto this. We're going to lather it up really good. And if you don't have that, you could just put a couple teaspoons on it. So, boy, I got this really thing lathered up here. And you can see it's already starting to work on the paint. I have a little cloth here I can show you. It's already starting to break down the paint. So what I'm going to do, just take my brush baggie, open it up, slide it in, little hole down there, seal it. So the Saran wrap you can do too as well. What's going to do now? Look at that. Now you've got the Pretty Boy sealed inside the brush baggie, and it's stiff as a board right now. But you're going to let it work. let it do its thing. So if you would go ahead and you could, most people just throw the brush away, but you can bring it back. So we're about, I think it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'll check the time. And I'll let it sit when I probably normally let it sit for, I'd say about 3 hours, 2 hours, and then go to the sink, start working it off. Then you might have to add a little bit more Pretty Boy, let it soak a little bit longer. The second coat, you take it off. So for like literally $1 worth of Pretty Boy, you can bring back a $20 brush, okay? So once again, I'm Brian Cooney. We're bringing back the dirty little brush that's been out all night last night. So stick with me. I'm all by myself today shooting these videos, but I wanted to get to you. And a lot of people have asked questions about this, and I've never done this live. So I'll check back with you in a couple hours. And you can always buy Pretty Boy online at prettyboypaintcleaner.com or some of your finer stores. Thank you very much. And by the way, Happy New Year if I didn't say that earlier. Bye.